Hello, and welcome to Intuitive Insights. I'm your host, Carolyn Rose of Carolyn Rose Psychic Medium and Wild Woman Wellness Center. And I'm so glad you could join us, so thank you. Today, we'll be talking about mediumship. A medium is someone who can communicate with spirit. Mediumship refers to the connection and communication with those who have passed. I would love to start on this amazing topic by explaining that everyone is a medium. That means you too. So this isn't a unique gift relegated to a select few. Mediumship is based on physics. Everything is energy, including our bodies, our thoughts, our emotions, and our spirit. So our energy is able to interact and engage with other people's energy. You may have noticed in your own life that you can think of someone and then perhaps your paths cross, or they call you or reach out, or perhaps you can tell when a loved one walks in and they've been having a hard day. You can sense their energy. When you meet someone new and we get a feel for someone's energy for the first time, we call it a first impression. We are all energy and we interact with each other's energy in a multitude of ways. That which makes us, our unique energy imprint, our spirit, does not cease to exist when we cross. The law of conservation of energy, which is a basic physics principle, tells us that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes forms. So when the physical vehicle of the body ceases to be, we are still ourselves. In the same way you can sense the energy of your loved ones while they are in a body, you can also sense the energy of your loved ones when they are disembodied. So you are a medium too, and you are likely already experiencing mediumship in a variety of ways. Some of the ways that people experience mediumship is that they might see their loved one, either outside of themselves or inside of themselves. They may hear their voice around them or inside of them, perhaps with that kind of funny remark that they would have said or with some comforting guidance and love. They notice the sensation of someone near to them or watching them, or perhaps they feel a tingly or goosebump sensation. They may also notice loving signs in nature, like special rocks, butterflies, certain birds, or specific kinds of flowers, or they might hear that perfect song at the perfect time. They may also receive dreams from their loved ones or open an old book and have their photo follow unexpectedly. Spirit loves to catch our attention, and they love to let us know that they are thinking of us and they're around us. Sometimes spirit loved ones will also affect the lights or electronics or move things around the home to play tricks. Spirit loves to make us laugh. Spirit has a higher vibration than we do because we have these heavier, dense earth bodies. The clearer or higher our personal energy is, the more clearly we receive messages from spirit. Laughter especially raises our vibration, which is one of the reasons that spirit loves to make us laugh. It gives us a little lift and it helps us to hear them more clearly. There are many ways to connect with spirit. We can receive signs, and we have 4 main kinds of intuition. So we have clairvoyance, which means clear seeing. We have clairaudience, which is clear hearing. We have clairsentience, which is clear sensing or clear feeling. You can experience any of these inside or outside of yourself. And then there's also claircognizance, which is this clear knowing. And that refers to the experience of just knowing when something is real, true, or happening. You can also smell or taste intuitively. Like you might smell your grandmother's favorite flowers, or perhaps your uncle's trademark cologne, or maybe you even taste your aunt's famous cookies. So everyone has all of these clairs, but they may use them in different ways, or they may find that some are stronger for them than others. They're each like a muscle, and each one can be strengthened if desired. You might find that the clairs which are stronger for you are the ones that relate to your strongest senses. So artists are very visual and tend to be strongly clairvoyant. Empaths, or people who feel very deeply, are profound clairsentients. And musicians can be very clairaudient. I do want to pause for a moment and note that sensing spirit can feel very overwhelming, especially for someone who might be more unfamiliar with their abilities or who is not as aware of how to protect their own energy to make communication easier and less draining. So these are essential tools to learn for a more comfortable, safer, and more enjoyable experience. And I also want to add that one never has to communicate with spirit just because you can sense them. Sensing spirit is very common, especially for children. So it's okay to say not right now or no thank you when you're feeling uncomfortable connecting with spirit energy that you feel around you. And it's okay to teach your intuitive children how to use these phrases as well. It's also true that you don't have to pass on a message just because you receive one. So the Mediumship Code of Ethics states that one must be ready for their message. If you do receive a message from Spirit for someone else, just check in with them first and ask if it's okay to relay the message before doing so. This gives them the option to utilize their own free will and to make the decision that's best for them at that time. So that all being said, jumping back in, for me personally, I receive information through several of my senses. So I'm primarily clairsentient, clairvoyant, and claircognizant when I communicate with Spirit. I am really very fortunate to have healthy boundaries with Spirit. I don't feel overwhelmed by them, and they're present to me only if I'm looking for them or reaching for them, which is wonderful. If I am connecting to Spirit, they usually approach me from my side, and I will see a physical description, and I'll start to get a sense of their personality and who they are. Through clairsentience, I might feel where there's congestion or tightness, tension or condition that they're dealing with for them. They can also affect my personal emotions, so I might laugh or tear up along with the Spirit. I can also feel perhaps where there might be a tattoo, or even if they have dentures, based on how these parts of my body just feel different when I'm in communication with Spirit. So through clairvoyance, I see their physical description inside of myself, not necessarily outside of myself, and I can get a sense of their body shape, height, age, hair, characteristics, all those important features. They can also show me symbols and images which are important to them. These may reference things that they love to do, like fishing, or a heartfelt family memory like a beach. And they will also use hand gestures to communicate certain things to me, such as, for me, means a card player. And some symbols are really literal, but Spirit can be known for being very metaphorical or figurative. Spirit loves to talk in riddles sometimes. And they can also use abbreviations. So certain symbols stand for something specific. For example, for me, when Spirit shows me a watch, it means that someone had a quick or unexpected passing. Or when they show me a rubber ducky, which is kind of a funny symbol, it means that that person had an unusual collection of some kind. So this symbol actually initiated with an aunt who was doing a reading for her niece. And the aunt in Spirit showed me the rubber ducky. And I wasn't really quite sure what it meant at the time. And the niece I was speaking to confirmed that this aunt had had a large rubber ducky collection. So since then, other spirits continue to use this symbol as an abbreviation to get a point across quickly, which saves them time and energy. So another example of an abbreviation symbol for me is birthdays. A special red balloon means that someone has a birthday coming up or just passed. Spirit loved ones are aware of time passing on our side, and they watch their loved ones on earth grow. Spirit loves to celebrate milestones with us. They see babies born, they watch over graduations. Clairaudiently for me, it isn't always a back and forth conversation. For some mediums, this is their primary form of communication, but for me, personally, Spirit might use certain words or phrases, but they prefer to communicate in pictures and feelings. But that tends to be how I communicate with the world, so that makes sense. Spirit might indicate to me the quality of their cough. Perhaps it might be hacking or a dry rattle, or the quality of their laugh, perhaps something deep and booming or a quick chuckle. Spirit has also been known to use swears. I've even had spirits use swears that I didn't even know at the time, and I had to tell someone that, and it turned out to be a popular phrase for that person. Spirit will often use several senses together to make a sentence. So for example, a grandmother could show a picture of a charm bracelet, use the word honored, and send me the experience of feeling very proud. And this would show me that there was a special bracelet in the family which made the grandmother feel honored, and she was so proud to be remembered with so much love. So Spirit can use other senses as well. Occasionally, I might even smell food smells, or the smell of smoke or flowers, or even more rarely get a taste of something. One time, a spirit showed to me, with a bit of humor and remarkable pride, the taste and sensation of a mouthful of meatloaf with the thick slimy sauce on top. The woman that I was talking with confirmed that not only did this spirit make that specific meal, it was her absolute least favorite as this person's loved one, and the spirit knew that. And the spirit was making a joke about a silly family memory, and I was stuck with the flavor. I should probably mention that I'm vegetarian, so it was extra uncomfortable for me. Two of the most common questions that I receive is, do animals have spirit, and what happens when someone passes? First, absolutely yes. Animals have spirits. They go to the other side, they can come back to visit us. And as for what happens when we cross, it's important that you know that no one crosses alone. We all have angels and guides and loved ones who have crossed before us, who assist us as we transition to the other side. So even if our passing looks or seems painful, we will often disconnect from the physical body and not feel the pain on a spiritual level. Once we're on the other side, we undergo a life review to go over our lessons and to get a feel for if we accomplished what we came here to accomplish, what feels right to us, and how we could have done things differently in other ways. And then we work on our healing and our soul work. If we cross with a lot of anger or heaviness or sadness in our hearts, we undergo spiritual counseling to assist in our healing. We get support in that. And the more that we heal, the more our loved ones carrying similar energies will heal as well, and vice versa. The more that they heal, the more that we heal. So for example, if a father and a son carried a lot of hurt on their hearts and the father passed, the more the father or the son does their own soul work, either on the other side or here, the more the other one will heal also. So it benefits both of them. The more spirit heals and releases the extra weight and heaviness from the physical world, the more they grow and evolve spiritually. I've had the beautiful opportunity to read for some spirits more than once. And as they come through and continue to make their amends, you can feel their soul shifting through the conversation itself, and also from session to session. Their souls actually become lighter. So I wanted to share a little bit with mediumship with you today, and thank you for joining us. For more information about me or about mediumship, you can visit CarolynRosePsychicMedium.com on the web, or Carolyn Rose Psychic Medium on Facebook. You can also learn more at wildwomanwellness.center or through Wild Woman Wellness Center on Facebook. We're located just in Chichester on Route 4, a few minutes outside of Concord. That's all we have for today on Intuitive Insights. I thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you a remarkable and blessed day.